So, guys, this is my review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1, Episode 17. With that, guys, let's dive right into this review. The title of this episode is called The Deeper Plan. And so, first and foremost, we learn some key info about the Red Stone. We see that at the beginning of the episode, Carr is explaining to Cetice that the Red Stone has a specific trait to where it, I want to say, it's connected to the sun, and when the sun beams through it, it basically causes like a laser to shoot out of it or whatever, or through it. But they basically were talking about how, you know, we can't use just this red stone, this red stone of Aja. We need a super a super Aja. They want to create a bigger one to be able to fit the mask. But what we see is that Lisa is basically telling them this. But when she tells them this information, then we see that she has one of somebody bring her a necklace that actually has a super Aja attached to it, and she basically saying that she's the guardian of it, and that, you know, Cars is the one that created these red stones. So, you know, but we do know that there are other red stones out there. That's what I definitely know for sure. It's not just this one stone. It's multitudes of them. Just from this, you know, just from the past few episodes. But with that too, we see that you know, one, of course, Zeppeli is upset. You know, Zeppeli the third is upset because of this situation, because of the redstone, because it's connected to him, because it's connected to his grandfather, and plus JoJo the third's grandfather. And, you know, JoJo's like, he's thinking in his mind, like, I understand your pain and anguish, blah blah blah. You know, but we really need to focus on, you know, key things at hand. He even asked Lisa to destroy it, which I kind of feel like that was like a smart idea. You know, he even says, like, you know, we'll even make them cry like babies. I thought that was funny. But again, seems like a smart idea. But Lisa, she was really adamant about being the guardian of the stone. And she basically says that, you know, for us to move forward in your training and stuff, you both need to face off against Machina and Logs. So she has Zeppeli face off against Machina, and then she has JoJo face off against Logs. And of course, you know, the fight starts between Zeppeli and Machina, but then JoJo's on his way, and then we find out that, oh, Asadi's basically killed Logs. He kicked him through his chest, through his lungs. And once the body drops and JoJo assesses the body, he notices that you know, the lungs are gone and stuff. He's like saying, like, you know, the lungs is what helps us use the Harmon ability. And then that's when we get into basically this whole fight. You know, basically this whole entire most of the rest of this episode was just basically about a fight between him and Asadici. Now, the interesting thing about this fight is that, one, they, you know, they both are like assessing each other's abilities. They're both like trying to trick each other into a specific plan that they thought of, and, you know, and it was like they were trying to one up each other type of thing in this fight. It's the best way I can describe it. But it just seemed like Asadici was just ahead of the game each time JoJo tried to do something specific. And it, you know, it just, the fight just seemed like it kept leaning towards Asadici. I was getting a little worried, you know. I was just like, man, like, you know, plus the fact that JoJo using the Harmon in his finger and put it through his hand, and then he had broke or twisted, well, yeah, he twisted JoJo's hand, you know, with his finger inside of his hand, right? And plus, you know, plus, as you see in the background here, they're standing on some spikes that technically Cetice was walking on. Literally, his feet were literally going through these spikes, but he was walking, he was fine, no pain, no anything. But at the same time, JoJo does something specific to where he cuts off Asetese's left part of his left arm and hand and wrist and all of that, and he starts crying. Like literally crying. I'm sitting there like, whoa, this is something different, like what the heck. And then he calms down and he's like, well, whenever I get upset, I cry to get my emotions in check. Once I do that, then I'm cool. And he basically tells him like, you know, now that we did this, now I'm gonna really kick your butt, basically. He even goes over to Logue's body and takes his left arm and applies it to his. And like, son, I was just like, this is some cheese, right? Like, what the heck? But, you know, as the fight goes on, like I said, it just kept seeming like it was leaning towards Asetese. JoJo just seemed like he just wasn't, it just wasn't working out for him. You know, even to this point where he has these things coming out of his body, and blood, like, the blood is supposed to be like acid, basically, or whatever. Well, not acid, but it is supposed to be like burning him, because he says that he's the god of fire or something like that he was saying. But he did say that Wamu is like the god of wind. He's saying like he's the god of, you know, of burning fire and stuff, and that's why, you know, his blood was gushing out hot and dangerous, like, on JoJo. But needless to say, because, you know, JoJo uses his hat, he had plaited around, you know, the string wise, it was untangling and wrapping around the bottom of these spike, you know, where the spikes were. You know, his whole plan was to basically fake out the fact that he tried to get Asetese to notice it, which he did, and then it was like a plan within a plan. And I was like, okay, all right, JoJo, I see what you're doing now. And he does indeed use this plan to make it happen. And plus, you know, the Hama was within his hat and the string, and he was able to one up on Asetese. He was able to do it to the point that he was able to basically take him out. And Asetese's basically like yelling and screaming, like, you're a human being, I'm the ultimate being, blah blah blah, like, I don't know how I'm losing. Like, he's literally like a Hama is flowing through his body. Like, just a dope way that JoJo took Asetese out was just really dope with the string from his hat. Like, it was just dope. Like, I was just still blown away by how he did it. And, you know, but at the same time, Zeppelin and Machina were over there, noticing that this was going on, but Machina was just saying, like, there's nothing we could do, too far away. We're just gonna have to let, you know, JoJo handle his business, which he did. But at the same time, during the fight, Lisa was sitting at a table drinking her wine, and her glass wine broke. And I was literally thinking, like, oh, it's an omen. And she thought to herself, like, you know, she thought and said JoJo. So it just kind of got a little serious. So I'm kind of curious what's moving forward with the next episode to come, in episode 18. You know, will Wamu or even Cars, will one of them try to come over here and get the stone? Like, very interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting. But I enjoyed episode 17 for today. What did you all think of episode 17 when you first out on the watch for the first time? Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let's talk about some things, and I will hopefully talk to y'all next time with more JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1 review videos. Peace, guys.